Right, session 12, and we flash back a little bit to Zuzu, who follows what he thinks is Scrapey into the woods and gets teleported to the demon realm with imps flying overhead and lots of craziness going on. There he hears the voice he heard last time telling him about his familiar. It sends him back to our world, and this time the familiar has changed into a pseudo-dragon who behaves a bit better than Scrapey but has the same voice. He leaves the wood and meets up with the rest of the team being led by a goblin. Did somebody say goblin? That's me, that's Gobbo. I'm taking my new adventure of friends. We're heading off towards the Goblin Queen. Although we get a new person meet up, so I have a little chat with my gnome friend. She says it's one of her friends and it's okay. So we carry on and we go to meet up with the Queen. She's not at the cave, so we head inside. Inside, it smells a bit funny. These guys will tell me they've been here before and they killed some goblins and some kobolds. I'm assuming that's what the smell is, so we carry on and head inside. We get to the top of the stairs and I'm like, guys, I've recruited you to save me, so you guys are going ahead and I'm staying at the back, because I'm just a weak little goblin. We head inside, and me as the DM is realising all the dead goblins in here aren't on the visible layer at the moment, so when I'm describing there being dead goblins everywhere, yeah, they can't see that just yet. I'm sure that comes in a bit later on, so just keep an eye out for that. But anyway, back to it. There's goblin little tunnels between the rooms, and we start heading out. We split up and have a little look around. I don't think Zuzu finds much over that way, and I'm kind of just watching where they're all going. We can head further in, and there's some, like, rocks blocking the way with another tunnel. The party splits again, and Lily goes in and starts checking it out. I follow through, fall out the cave, take a bit of damage, and find the evil goblins. We have to kill the evil goblins, but the party splits and Oliver and Lumi head off to go and look at some other stuff because they don't want to fight and they go off to do their own thing. Corvath, I believe, at this point is just smacking his head against a rock to try and break through. Oliver goes into the next room. I think this is the point, actually, where I start describing more dead goblins, and they're not on the layer, so I actually reveal those in a bit. I'm sure they pop up in a minute, so keep an eye out for those. But back to the fight, and me and my friends have taken out one of the goblins, and then more come around the corner, and we're like, oh shit, there's lots of them. Zuzu, quick, get him. He does some other stuff. I thought I went down then, but no, that's a different goblin, because there's lots of them. It's very confusing. I think I'm the one with the heart on, so we can tell who the differences are. But we're doing a bit of fighting. Corvath and Aralista start breaking through the rocks and come to help us. And yeah, there's the rest of the goblins just spawning back on now. Oliver goes off exploring, uses his little bag of fuzzies to summon, I believe it's a rat this time. He likes his little rat friends. But we're back to the fight, and they're moving again, and we've gone into another room, and there was another goblin in there, but we killed it. There's only a few left, and I think my buddies take the care of the rest of these, because I don't think I did much in this fight. I think I shot one goblin one time, I can't really remember. Oliver's still exploring down there. Lumi carries on heading through to try and find out what's going on down there. They head to the top of the stairs, and it sort of leads down to where they can hear more noises going on from down there, so we'll cut back to them in a minute. Because the rest of the guys are exploring, and we're just looting and finding out what we can get, and Corvath steals some more scimitars, because he likes to collect his scimitars, he tells me. We head back to... Lumi's just run off straight ahead into the next room. Those guys are still exploring up there to find out what's going on. Gobbo starts leading the way. And then these guys are, going to start heading their way down the stairs, where they can hear more clanging. Lumi and Oliver head down, followed by the rat, and in the next room they find some familiar faces. For those who don't remember, these are the twins who they found in like the second session, who had ran away from their town, which had been attacked by goblins and raided and stuff. So this is Matilda and Bartholomew, and Matilda actually reveals to the group here that she is the Goblin Queen, because she's got this really weirdly made crown on her head, and I'm a queen, look guys, I told you she smells like lemons and she's so pretty. So we finally found them, but it turns out, we did a bad thing by attacking all of our friends. But we head into the next room, and it's a bit confusing, because there's like the Queen and the bodyguard again on the other side of the room with a different looking hobgoblin dude. He doesn't look too great, so we, they talk to us, start spouting some nonsense, and he's trying to confuse us, and it gets a bit confusing. But then he stands up and takes a little bow. And these two things next to him are like flames, and he puts those out, and then the whole room is filled with darkness, which is bad news for me and my Huey friends, because we can't see in the dark. So this is where we get a little bonfire set up there, because Lumi makes a bonfire so we can all kind of see. Oliver has the bright idea to cast lights on his bolt so he can shoot at enemies so we can see them, but then doesn't actually get to fire the bolt. So now all he's done is put him and the rest of the party in lights so the enemies can see them, which ends badly because, as you just saw, stuff disappeared. All the little minions disappeared. And yeah, the big enemy cast Fireball, which everyone in the party shat themselves. Literally, everybody shits themselves when they get hit by a Fireball, because the players were not ready for it. It's a big hit. I'm fairly sure it almost takes down everyone immediately. There it goes. Matilda's been taken down. I'm fairly sure Aralista actually forgets she has fire resistance and takes full damage, and then she's just gone down as well from being shot by one of the hobgoblins. Yeah, our first Fireball. This fight was, yeah, not planned properly. There was a lot of stuff going on in this that, yeah, we got partway through the fight and half the players already were like, well, this is a TPK, let's just fucking quit. And yeah, there's some salt, there's some anger and all that fun stuff, but it's, yeah, it's fine. They just have to think a bit more logically in this fight rather than just barreling in and killing shit as we normally do. But, it's okay, there's still fire. Oliver's still got his light bolt. Sorry, I'm not sure what happened there. There was a lightning bolt that appeared there. So we had a fireball, then there was lightning bolt, and then Susie went down. I think Luby's gone down as well. Aralista's down. We've got Matilda down, there's Bartholomew down, and then a horn goes off, and the horn sounds scary, and more goblins have spawned in from the side with the horn. But then a horn goes off again, and this time, rather than more goblins, we get Lyric. Lyric has rocked up, who's again somebody else I don't really know. Yeah, so Goblin wouldn't know who Lyric is at this point. Lyric's just rocked up. And help with what Lyric? No, they wouldn't know what Lyric is, because Lyric was helping. I'm getting so confused by this. Lyric helped fight the other stuff, so Gobbo knows who Lyric is. But the Lyric was late to this session, so jumped in with the horn. Yes, makes sense, right. Back to the action! We know what's going on now. I'm wearing a hat for some reason. I can't remember who put the hat on me, but I like it. Speaking of hats, I'm also wearing the Goblin Chief hat. The helmet, because we forgot about that. And yeah, Luby's made another bonfire, so now we can see where the big bad guy is. And Oliver finally shot the bolt off, which is where this other light is now, so we can see the hobgoblin in that. Lily went down, but is now back up because Bartholomew... No, wait, Lily's just gone down because Bartholomew... This is the confusion we're having. Two icons on a map that look exactly the same. This fight basically was like big hobgoblins. There's two hobgoblins who were disguised as two of the party members, and it got so confusing in combat for the players and for myself, and now during a recap, it's also confusing. But fake Bartholomew attacked Lily, knocked her down. Susie found some healing potions in the cave during the exploring part of it, and has then slapped this like healing ointment on Lily and Aralista's face to bring them back up. So they're now back up and standing, ready for some more fighting. And we're back to it! Gobbo's in here! I'm pretty sure I actually killed that last hobgoblin near me over here. But we've got more hobgoblins, we're attacking. There's more craziness going on. Lyric comes down to help fight. Lyric's actually done really well in this fight, considering last time they couldn't hit shit. They're doing really well this time, actually. The big guy moved. I think Corvath's just gone down because he got hit at point blank with like some force damage, and he doesn't have half damage to that because of rage. But now he moves in. He's hidden because the big enemy dude used fog. And I thought I'd have more time to talk about this because it's a 5-minute fight scene, but turns out there's a lot to say and I can't really fit it all in. But the big enemy used fog and light, so now it's hard to see. McQueen's just got back up and she's just used her light spell to make like dancing lights go around the place, so now we can see more of the enemies because there's like the different light as well. It's much easier to see now. This was her plan from the start, then she got knocked down, so there wasn't any light in it. It got bad times, But Gobbo's still alive and I'm still fighting. We're still out here, people are sneaking around trying to kill out the goblins and stuff, and I believe it's now coming across to big bad guy's turn. Yep, there is his little measurement. You can see what's going on. And I'm fairly sure he finishes with yet another fireball. What's that? It's coming from my face. Ah! Yeah, Gobbo takes a fireball to the face, which kills him in one. So rip Gobbo, no more Gobbo. But Zuzu was stood behind him, and I believe Zuzu was on 2 health with a 28 health max or something like that. So if they rolled like 30 damage, Zuzu would actually be dead. So that would have been our first like player kill. But we rolled like 26, so Zuzu didn't get enough to get like 1 shot, so nobody's dead. And that, considering that fight was a TPK, considering most people, they actually managed to come out of it okay. And yeah, they were unscathed for the most part. And then, yeah, bit of looting, putting the big bad guy on the fire to burn him. I think Corvath took his skull, and that's it.